Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And that gets things running. The great Samuel Eto'o, Jim, one of Africa's all-time greats.
Easily amongst the best ever, Peter. Powerful, prolific, pure class. There wasn't a defender in Europe who didn't fear this guy.
And here's Eto'o. It's Eto'o! And here comes the corner. And we have our very first corner. Toure plays it short. And that's left him on the seat of his pants. It's their second corner of the game. Toure goes short. Nedved with the delivery. And now a sudden chance to counter. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Eto'o. Little pass back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
Beckenbauer. Oh no, this does not look good. He's had a shot! And he's done it!
Well, once more, it's him. And we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
That's really good anticipation too, Peter. Just instinctively knew where the ball would be and where he needed to put himself.
So, a breakthrough already. Caicedo. Now it's Eto'o. There they go, hunting in tacks. And he was alert to it. Now it's Puskas, and it's made its way to him.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Cruyff. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Nedved. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Pele! Gavi simply refused to be outdone there. Caicedo has quite the footballing brain. He's almost never outsmarted. Nicely weighted ball.
That's a modern defender's instinct from a modern coach's mindset.
Big chance! Really well taken goal. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And a chance! Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And this is Eto'o. Probing pass. Just coming up to the 30-minute mark. Now it's Eto'o. Caicedo. Shoots! Now, who's going to be first to this? Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Rummenigge. Clermont looking to pass their way through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Maldini. Some really good ball movement. Showing great feet there. And he welcomes it in. Eto'o finds himself offside. It's gone all the way through to the keeper. And it's Caicedo. Caicedo, looking chance for a shot! He's keen, determined to have his say.
Oh, they're just unrelenting, Peter. Wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
Nedved. Oh, it's a great... He's having a shot! Goal! Clermont! And they get themselves in front! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Clermont get themselves into the lead.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de acréscimo.
Caicedo driving forward. Oh, perfectly measured that. Pirlo knocks it into space. And the whistle goes for half-time. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
Hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Botafogo can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
And he thumps it clear. Passes short and sharp. Cruyff.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
That has not gone well. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Knocks it out wide. He's shifting through the gears here. Clermont have their third corner. Touré with the short one. This looks promising. And a shot! Clermont get their fourth corner. They've played it short. Gavi. Botafogo have the chance to go the other way. Yaya Touré, good purposeful running this. Shot and goal! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Now it's Roberto Carlos. Thuram does well to stand firm and defend it. Tries to play it through. Played through for the wide man. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Gavi is always scanning the pitch for targets. Can he get on the end of this? Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Now it's Eto'o. Now it's Puskás. And this is Pelé. Can he get away here? He's not played the ball, that's a foul.
Teremos uma substituição.
It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. Looks to me as though this is probably a little too far out for a shot. Finish, an absolute joy. They've done it again. It is incredible.
Wow, this is so good. I mean, seriously good. They're putting on quite a show here for us.
Oh, that is a bit special.
Look, there's an awful lot that can go wrong from that range. How good was that?
So all square and not for the first time.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Thuram. And Caicedo. Lepid. And it's Gavi. And this is Eto'o. Koeman. And it's Roberto Carlos. Great defending, strong and determined. Yaya Toure can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Cruyff. Botafogo are looking to break at pace. Over to the left. Pirlo. Cross to the back post. Nice interception, well timed. Caicedo. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And this is Pelé! Pelé! Oh, should have put that away.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Camisa 10.
Surely now!
Camisa 9.
Goal at his mercy, and somehow he's missed it.
Camisa 13. Camisa 19.
Thuram making good progress on the right-hand side.
Substituição.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And here's Iniesta. Iniesta going full tilt down the left. Tries to pass it through.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Gullit. Beckenbauer getting this one clear. Beckenbauer deals with that comfortably. It's a pretty loose pass. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, this is a... Can he finish? Yes, he's done it! Late in the day, this could well be it! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Clermont are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substituição no time do Botafogo.
Botafogo making another change here.
Camisa 20.
Clermont take what looks to be a decisive lead.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Howson. Scholes.
Botafogo really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Foram indicados 4 minutos de acréscimo.
Not the most accurate pass. Pirlo, the man we've all come to watch. Scholes. Pele. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was intense, an enjoyable contest that either could easily have won, ultimately decided by just the odd goal. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Botafogo lost their way after falling behind early. Their concentration was weakened and their character, and that's cause for address.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Senhoras e senhores, vamos ver no telão uma apresentação especial.
Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, we're underway. Well, it's fair to presume, I suppose, that Lionel Messi will, as almost always, Jim, be carrying a huge burden of expectation here.
Yeah, but it won't bother him at all, Peter. He just delivers without fail time and time again, and often in a way only he can.
Absolutely. So I wonder what the little magician will have in store for us today.
Well, all I shall say is expect the unexpected.
Pirlo is there, and he can pick it up. And he cuts out the supply. Pirlo. And it's Conte. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Cruyff picks it up out wide. Conte. That's Rijkaard. Now it's Roberto Carlos. He's had it taken off him. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Pele! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Pele is offering a wry smile there.
Pirlo, the regular corner taker.
You start as you mean to go on, Peter. Make this a good one.
And it's Roberto Carlos. And now a sudden chance to counter. Hazard is fouled. Van Dijk. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another.
Raul. It's a searching pass. That has been cut short. Still goalless. Conte. Now it's Pele. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Hazard running with the ball. No, that's been intercepted. Koeman. Messi. It's an imaginative pass. Brilliantly cut out. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Conte. Roberto Carlos. Botafogo finding their passes. Messi. And it's Hazard. That's beautifully weighted. Zanetti. Now Cruyff. Cruyff looking to be a menace in the final third. Raul. Looking for the run. That's a shade optimistic. Short changes him with that pass. "30 minutes gone. And that pass just didn't quite work. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
Botafogo clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Pirlo. He's found a way through. Now it's Pele. Pirlo. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Timber kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Rijkaard. Great vision. Cruyff has it in a wide position.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
In again. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Corner number 2 then. Pirlo with the short one. And the volley. That tested the keeper.
Carlos clearly felt that distance wasn't an issue, but maybe there were better options for him there.
Now it's Pelé. He's found a way through. Pelé, can he finish? And a terrific save from the keeper.
Pelé really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Botafogo have their third corner. Pirlo goes short. It's Roberto Carlos! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Pass somewhat off target, and he's in on goal. Cleared without hesitation. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. The midway point of the game.
Botafogo ended that first half in such a strong fashion. I think we'll just have to wait and see now if they can rekindle that drive and that determination. It's been great commitment, and that has to be maintained in the second half.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. Here's the start of the second half.
Botafogo clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them, it would be just keep going. If it's not broken, don't try to fix it.
Kante looking to penetrate opposition lines. Kaka. And it's Messi. Raul. Strong challenge. That could leave a mark. Delicate ball, and it needs to be. And the shot! Big moment! Massive goal!
Dependability is one thing, and he brings that to his game, but that sort of dynamism is another attribute he's blessed with, and it's revealed on a regular basis too. Superb.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Kaka can so cleverly bypass the press.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Roberto Carlos, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Cruyff. Rijkaard did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And this is Forlan. Oh, that pass isn't the best. 60 minutes played. Now this could be a chance. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Look, they may be one down, but they're not shying away. Time is on their side, and they're...
And the shot! He has done it! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
Was there ever any doubt?
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can come into it, and it didn't.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Raul. Noticeable change in the approach to defending here. Much more in your face.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Succumbs to the pressure. And here's Cruyff. He's got away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Puskás. That is Conte. Goes for a shot! Goal! Botafogo! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
Teremos uma substituição.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here. Botafogo take the lead.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
Almost 75 minutes on the clock now.
Bangladesh really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think that...
Yeah, he's fouled him there. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Pele is standing over this one.
Well, he knows he has the ability to put this exactly where he wants. He'll always back himself.
Hello! Just off target.
Yeah, it's good movement, though. A bit unlucky he couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Nakamura.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, Red, nice interception.
Bangladesh really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
He can run onto that. He's being urged to shoot. Shot at goal! Sticks it away! And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.